Freshly minted head coach of the national champions. He's Kevin Ollie of the Connecticut Huskies, joining us on the show. Congrats on the national title, Kevin.
Oh, I appreciate it, Dan. Thank you so much. It was a wonderful journey.
Do you look back at all of the, game one, don't you go into overtime against St. Joe's?
That's correct. Yeah, we actually we went into overtime, and we was down by 3 with like 22 seconds left, and Shabazz missed a layup, and our freshman Amita Brunmar got a rebound out of his area, and me being the great coach I am, I told him to throw the ball out, and he didn't pay attention to me, and he took a hook shot and got a foul and went to the free throw line and made the shot. So, coaching is very overrated.
But being coached and coaching, that difference of, you're not too far removed from playing in the NBA to now coaching. So that difference of trying to understand what it takes to be a great coach, how difficult is that? How long does that take to get more of the feel of what it's like to coach kids instead of being coached?
Being a point guard all my life, I always prided myself being an extension of the coach. And that's why I kind of pride, when I'm actually coaching my players that, especially my point guard, we have to think alike. We have to have the same vision in mind. We have to see a play before it actually, presents itself. So, I was always a coach on the court. And, I just always found myself in those different roles. Playing on 11 different teams in my 13-year career allowed me to be around a lot of great coaches, a lot of mentors that I call them, and also be in a lot of situations. The NBA game is a little different in college. It's a lot of game situations. And, me not being an all-star player, I found myself on the bench, and, being a student of the game and a student of the game, I wanted to always learn and look and see how different coaches design plays and how they put their different players in places to succeed. So I always, had my mind on coaching and, and also being a point guard, being an extension of the coach. So I always felt myself as playing that role already, Dan.
Do you have all your jerseys from all the teams in the NBA?
Yeah, I have all my jerseys, and then I also have my CBA jersey and high school jersey. So, my wall is full of jerseys there.
Do you know how many times you were traded?
No, I don't. I know I got traded twice on the trading deadline. So I know that for a fact, and I know a couple times I've been cut, but that's what made me, and I truly believe that. I always, kind of wanted, like anybody, wanted a career like Reggie Miller, somebody like that, staying in Indiana their whole life and whole career. But, God didn't have that intended for me. And, as I look back on it, I thank him for allowing me to be around such great coaches as Chuck Daly and Larry Brown and George Karl and, Scotty Brooks, my last team, and then also around great players, too. I had an opportunity to be around a lot of great players and a lot of great fans throughout my journey through the NBA.
He's Kevin Ollie, the Connecticut head coach, joining us, Dan Patrick Show. I kept mentioning your name for these NBA openings. Not that anybody was listening, but I just thought, sometimes we'll look at a coach. It seemed like you were not that very far removed from being a player and understanding and have relationship with these guys.
Mm-hmm.
Do you need more seasoning, do you think, if you want to coach in the NBA, or were you ready to go if you had the right opportunity?
I think I just want to be at University of Connecticut, and if I'm ready to go, I'm not ready to go. I mean, that's up in the air. I don't think any situation is perfect situation. I think you go in there and make the situation perfect for you. So, a lot of people said I wasn't ready for the Connecticut job. So, that's just part of it. I wasn't like, oh man, I'm ready for this job. All right, I'm gonna have faith in not only myself. I'm gonna have faith in the support system I have. I have support system with my coaching staff that's always had my back. So, I just go in a fight. I don't look at it as all these big problems. I think bigger the problem, the bigger the destiny. So, that's how I looked at this job at the University of Connecticut. And, if the NBA called, if that's in my future in the NBA later on down in my coaching career, I look at the same situation and I go in there and I put my head down and I go to work. I mean, it's no secret to success, Dan. It's just going out there, giving it your all, giving full effort, being a professional, having a work ethic, and then ultimately having humility. And I think when you have those three combination of things, you can succeed in anything you put your hands on.
All right, you don't have to tell me the teams. How many teams at least called to talk to you?
Just one really serious. I mean, it wasn't really serious. I mean, it was just one team.
Was that Cleveland?
He told me not to tell you.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I'm just following directions. I'm able to be coach.
Okay. All right, so I'll be your coach. All right, tell me the team that called you, Kevin.
Oh, you told me don't tell you.
Oh, well, okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were coachable, Kev.
No, you told me one time, and then that's what.
Oh, it only took one
now.
time? Yeah. And you know what I like, though? I think people think the NBA is the end-all. And I think if you look around where you see some of these coaches, if it's Pacino, Krzyzewski, you got, Donovan, you got guys who look at college and say, no, college, there's more stability there. I get to control it more. Maybe the one and dones are a hurdle, but I'm glad you stayed at Connecticut. I was, but I could see you coach the Lakers or Cleveland. I thought you would be a great fit there. So something about that with your family and, Connecticut's, I think they're lucky that they were able to keep you.
Oh, I appreciate that, Dan. I'm lucky to be here, and I went to school here. I just got so much pride for the university. I seen it, before we came here, and and made it this great basketball institution. It's always been a great academic institution, and we just want to continue to have great young men that leave the Storrs campus better people than basketball players. And if we can do that, I think we've done our job. And I take a couple national championships on the way. We have 4 now, but that's not something we're chasing. That's going to chase us because we're going to have the right young men out here being ambassadors for our great university. And I think we pride ourselves on that a little bit more.
All right, be honest here. Tournament time. Shabazz Napier, you let him go? Let him take over?
Yeah, you let him take over, but I mean, you also know it's a team too, and it's a collective effort team. I mean, we was down in Villanova game after the St. Joe's that you alluded to. We was down by 12 in the first half, and Shabazz had two fouls. So he didn't even participate in the last 12 minutes of the first half. And I brought a freshman in, Terrence Samuel, and then we had another, Ryan Boatwright running the point guard. And, we got back in the game and actually was leading at halftime. So it takes a collective effort. I mean, in the Florida game, we down 16-4. Shabazz takes 6 shots in a semifinal game. So, I mean, if it wasn't for DeAndre having great season and a great late run and Ryan Boatwright playing terrific defense and making some timely buckets, we wouldn't be here. Nils Gifford, all the players came in and pitched in a role, but you also have to have that leader, that go-to person, and, a closer when you need a big shot. And Shabazz definitely gave us that person that I can, not even call a play. He can just make a play. Because in those times in a tournament, you got to make plays. I can't call plays. You got to make plays. You got to have players that can do that.
One final question for you.
Okay.
Did you have more made threes or more teams played for in the NBA?
Made threes? I probably have more teams I played for. That wasn't my specialty, but I did, have an opportunity to lead when I got out there.
I got you with 9 threes in your career.
Yeah, yep, that's correct. Yeah, actually, I averaged 7 points at University of Connecticut. So, so be it. It's about making it, and staying there and having a longevity.
It's survival.
That's what it's about. That's it.
But you know what? How that's your personality. That's what makes you great with this, because you've been on the bench, you've been traded. I mean, you've been kicked around a little bit. So you can't have one of your guys say, "Hey, you don't know what this feels like," because you do know what it feels like. And I think that's and your humility. I think those are 2 great things you have going for you, Kev.
Oh, I appreciate that, Dan. I thank you so much, and I'm always a big fan of you also, and just keep doing what you're doing.
Do you want to come into the man cave and shoot one of these days? I mean, I'm just down the road.
Yeah, that'd be great. Let me know. I mean, don't get me to the 3-point line. 'Cause you already told me, but my shot got better over the years.
They call me,
18 and in. I'm a knockdown shooter. So.
Kevin. They call me Shabazz Patrick, just to let you know.
Okay, all right, we'll see.
Hey, congrats on the contract extension as well.
I appreciate that, Dan, so much. Thanks for having me. Okay,
all right. That's Kevin Ollie. I'll bring him into the man cave. They all talk a good game, and then they get in here, and all of a sudden they go, oh, wait a minute. It's a home court advantage for me.